Opus 5 has finally launched. Today, I want to take a quick look at Anthropic's official blog and see how Opus 5 improves on previous models for coding. First, let's look at the scores. As shown by the agentic terminal coding and agentic coding results, Opus 5 shows a clear improvement in coding ability compared with both Opus 4.8 and Fable 5. In particular, on agentic terminal coding in the Frontier benchmark, its performance is nearly double that of Opus 4.8. It also either outperforms or matches the strongest model on the other two coding evaluations. That said, Opus 5 is slightly behind GPT 5.6 on the Deep SWE benchmark. Next, let's look at pricing. On a per-token basis, Opus 5 costs the same as Opus 4.8, $5 per million input tokens and $25 per million output tokens. That is half the price of Fable 5. But those are just the list prices. For practical cost effectiveness, we can look at the results in the following figures. Anthropic provides results from 3 benchmark platforms: Frontier, Cursor, and the AA Coding Agent Index, AACAI. Of these, Frontier is the most favorable benchmark for Opus. Across all reasoning effort levels, Opus 5 outperforms Fable 5 and is clearly ahead of Opus 4.8. Its total cost is higher than 4.8's, but it has a clear price advantage over Fable 5. Looking at Cursor's results, Opus 5 is still more expensive than Opus 4.8 in real-world use, regardless of reasoning effort. At the X-high setting, it can cost nearly twice as much. Compared with Fable 5, Opus 5 scores very similarly, slightly lower according to the Cursor benchmark, but costs less. At the high reasoning setting in particular, it costs roughly half as much as Fable 5, which closely reflects the difference in their list prices. Finally, let's look at AACAI. The results there are more mixed. Overall, Opus 5 scores above Fable 5 except at the max setting. Its cost is also noticeably lower in most cases, except at high and X-high. At the high setting, Opus 5 is actually more expensive than Fable 5. Overall, Opus 5 is clearly stronger than 4.8 and is close to or exceeds Fable 5 in score, while maintaining a pricing advantage. How large that advantage feels in practice will ultimately come down to real-world coding workflows. Hope everyone will enjoy use of the new model, and happy coding!